I'm Sven, and I'm the game director for Original Sin. So Original Sin is a party member-based RPG with drop-in, drop-out multiplayer. It's heavily inspired by our first game, Divinity, which was in turn heavily inspired by Ultima 7, to be honest. It's got turn-based combat, with a couple of cool tactical elements in there. It also features an editor with which you can make your own adventures and share them online with people.
What makes Original Sin different to similar games in like the role-playing, tactical range?
I would say that since Ultima 7, I haven't seen a game like that. Really. Right. So we have a attitude and reputation system, which in turn is influenced by an affinity and affection system. So it's fairly complex. To the player it comes naturally, hopefully. So affection is basically we agree with each other, and then affinity do we think the same thing about things. And that influences in total the attitudes that somebody has against you, including the party members that you're playing. Yeah, and especially because of the multiplayer part that's in there. I mean, most of the multiplayer games that have been around, they are very simple in their approach to story. It's really like, go get me 10 handkerchiefs and I'll give you a new handkerchief in pink. So here, I mean, from the presentation you see, I hope you see it's a lot deeper, and this interaction that's going on between party members, not only in multiplayer, but also opens up opportunities for us in single player. In the game, we try to recreate a tabletop RPG feeling, so the entire party doesn't have one guy deciding everything. So, for instance, you're playing this guy and this girl, and the guy says, well, sure, we'll do that, and then she says, no, we won't. And then you have this entire discussion going on, and you're all playing that on the screen, but we put you also in situations like, where, for instance, imagine that you're cheating on your wife. You're playing this game together with your wife, right? And then you encounter this situation where it's about cheating on your wife. And like, you get set in a very awkward situation, so it creates a bit of an emotional situation.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit about the use of the environment tactically, like how you can make
Yeah, so the game has all these what we call surfaces and elemental objects in the world, and it has all these mechanics that allow you to turn one element into another. So for instance, you can turn water into ice, or you can turn water into electrified water, or you can turn gas into something that explodes, and so forth. And so we put all these little things in there that you can affect it with. So if you're on fire, you can make a train to stop the fire. But if, for instance, there's an electricity surface and somebody's standing next to it, then you can extend it by making a train also. So all these things will open up a lot of tactical combinations.
Could you say a little about the editor including in the game?
Yeah. So the editor itself is new, but it's based on a process that we've been using for the last 10 years, actually, since we started making RPGs. And it's very intuitive, because whenever we hire a designer in one day, he's up and running and he starts making his own quests. And we're going to share that because we made a multiplayer RPG. And even if we're going to put a lot of story in there, eventually that's going to end. And that's not what we want, so we'll hopefully fans will make stories that I can play together with my girlfriend, because that's actually why I'm doing it. I want to have an RPG that I can play to. Yeah.
And lastly, when can you expect to see Divinity Original Sin?
Well, you know what? We're renting a house at Venice Beach, and we went to a fortune teller yet. And we asked her that very same question, but she said, I'll have to charge you double for that. So technically speaking, we're thinking that it's going to be released middle of next year, and we'll see if it's done by then. All right.